I've been avoiding making this video for a long time. The reason I'm whispering before it gets too annoying to anyone is because everyone in my house is sleeping, so like my family is all sleeping, so I've been really dreading making this video. I just think I don't want to talk about it or think about it, but you know I have to. You know what I'm talking about because of the title. Yeah, I didn't think I'd make another one of these videos this soon. But you know, I'm gonna have to do it eventually. It's been about a week. It's been over a week. It's been a week and a half. Kind of. No, it's not been a week and a half. She died last Friday night. You know, death is painful. It's painful by nature. Obviously, it has to be painful. When you think about it, how could it not be painful? But there's a difference. There's a big divide. Sympathetically, I don't. Sorry if I'm not making sense. It's late. But between you know, finding your guinea pig or your pet, any pet, dead, which sucks. It sucks anyways. But having them die in your arms, I think it really slaps you in the face. It really it's really hard. You feel so helpless. I was trying everything I could. I found her just in the middle of her cage. She was just twitching, and she was just laying. She looked like she was bloated, really, stomach really distended, and she usually runs when I come to the cage. I mean, she was laying in such an odd way. I mean, her legs or her arms were spread out. Like, it was very odd. Just laying straight on her stomach. And her head was rested on the ground of her cage, the fleece. And I picked her up, and I didn't pick her up. I looked at her, and then I just immediately started crying, hysterically. I was freaking out. I grabbed just anything. I ended up grabbing actually my favorite shirt. I did not care, anything that looked fluffy. My favorite sweater, I mean, and I just wrapped her in it, and I just was crying hysterically. And I went downstairs and told my mom, and it was like, we have to go to the vet. And I looked it up, they were all closed. They were all closed. None of them opened up till 8:30 the next morning, and it was, I think, 10 or 9, it was 10:30 at night, Friday night. And you know, I really feel like it was, I tried to make her warm. I even ended up making a sugar water solution and trying to feed that to her. By the time I actually got the courage to look under, because I wrapped her with a towel to see if she was still there, to feed her, because I was just, I mean, she was, I think, having seizures, and by the time I'd built the courage to go and feed her because I mean, that's the only thing you can do. That's all I could do, and that's all I could think to do. And then I was thinking, well, my sister said she looked like she was gasping for air, and no, she was not having heat stroke. It's the middle of winter in western Pennsylvania, and my room doesn't get heat, so no, she was not having heat stroke, before anyone says that in the comments. And she had water. One thing she didn't have for the past week, though, was hay, and I feel absolutely horrible about it. I mean, less than a week. I don't remember how. It's kind of, she didn't have hay, and, you know, that was kind of a regular thing. Me too, and I want to really stress this. You know, people, you don't realize, right, that any pet you have, just like if you have a kid, they're yours. You are completely in control of everything that happens to them. Anything that happens to them is your fault. You know, I feel like, and that's what I feel. I feel so much guilt. It's incredible amount of guilt for what happened to her. Especially having seen the horrific way that she died. It was really, really horrible. But I'm glad that I could have been there, because if I hadn't seen her die, I feel like it would have been the same way when Nibbles died. I was actually really shocked when Nibbles died. I mean, but Peaches, she was sick a few days before, and so I feel even more responsible for not doing. I mean, especially since she didn't have hay, which is my responsibility to give her that. I'm fully aware of that. That it's my. I think it's definitely my fault. And she had times in her life where she was without hay for longer periods of time, like days. I don't want to say weeks, but definitely at least there's been a few times where it's been a week where she didn't have hay, and that's just because sometimes I don't have money to give her. We don't have, doesn't have that money to give hay for the guinea pigs. Of course, Juliet, my remaining guinea pig, she's had hay ever. I can't stress it enough. I've devoted myself. I just decided to make sure that every pet that I have, I've been, there's no more excuses. I'm taking care of them. I'm making sure that when they die, I have no regrets about how I treated them, in the life that they lived, that I provided them. I'm vegan too, so I'm very sympathetic, and it's just really hard. It's really hard. It's a really rude wake up call. It is what it is, and I'm glad that I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm glad that I was there. I always. Well, I mean, now I know what it looks like, and that make them as comfortable as possible. I really have to, because everything that they eat, everything that happens to them, I mean, it's all my responsibility to just make sure that it goes as smoothly as possible, and that they're happy, and it's just I want to make sure that everyone watching this video really takes something from it. They really, I mean, I hope you don't have to learn it the hard way. It's horrible. It's horrible. Someone. I mean, someone died in my arms. Someone that I was close with, not an animal, not a person, of course, but someone, a life. It was in my hands, and and it's really, I never thought I would do that. I never thought I'd be the person to do that. It's really weird. It's very odd, and whether you have a cat or a dog, everything that you feed them, you have to make sure that, I mean, that's the number one. Make sure that you're feeding them good food. I mean, cat and dog food, it's byproduct. Have you read it? I mean, it's just leftovers from slaughterhouse floors, byproducts or meal. You really have to be careful with that. It's horrible for them. I couldn't even back to the traumatic experience that I think we can all hopefully learn from. I couldn't even bring myself to bury her I buried her I believe it was Tuesday. So what would that have been, 4 or 5 days? I didn't want to think about it. But every time I feel like I think about it constantly, and it's a constant reminder, though, that we really need to take better care of our pets and ourselves, in the earth that we live in, too, even. I realize that there's probably not a lot of people are gonna see this, but just in case, just for the few people that are watching this, just really try your best in life, and for your pets. for your pets' lives, and your kids, if you have kids, you know, just really, really try your best, you know. I mean, life's short. It's really short, shorter than you think. And when you have someone's life in your hands, if you don't do everything that you can, everything in your power to make sure that they have a wonderful life, then you're going to regret it every day of your life after they pass away. Especially if you're there when it happens, I think. One day it'll hit you, if not the day after they die, if not the week after they die, it'll hit you one day and you're going to feel horrible. You know, I hope you will, because it's you know, something that everyone needs, I feel like. You know, and, you know, people get pets that shouldn't have pets. People that don't have money to feed themselves barely. And, you know, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of someone else. That's why, but there's so many people, if you, you know, you should be able to take them to the vet when they need to go to the vet. You should be able to get them hay, and to, you know, have 2 guinea pigs if you have a guinea pig, and, you know, because they have to be housed together. If you have a dog, you have to be able to give them all their shots and take them on walks, and you have to be able to get them to the vet regularly and get them good food and proper nutrition and exercise. And a lot of people really are remiss in taking care of their pets. You know, if you get a pet, and kids should not have pets ever. You know, I don't feel like that's something they should have. Maybe you can let them feed your pet every once in a while, or, you know, but kids shouldn't have pets. And I got my guinea pigs when I was 10. Nibbles died when she was 5.5. Peaches died when she was 6.5. You know how old I am now? Sure, there you go. In case anyone cared. No one cares. And it's ridiculous. If you don't care, you shouldn't have a pet in the first place. Just really, really just sit down and just think. Just think about it, you know. And make sure you're taking care of yourself too, because that's always important. You can't take care of someone else if you can't take care of yourself. And if you're not in a good state of mind, and you know, just do your best. You know, so I've changed my schedule, my regimen, taking care of Juliet. I've changed it a lot on a lighter note. Yeah, I weigh her every morning. She's actually 2.5 pounds, which is the limit. I mean, she's just under 2.5 pounds, which is the limit for my scale. So she's fat. Okay, she's pretty big. Yeah, I did notice for the past few months, Peaches was getting thinner, and a few days before she died, she kind of looked sick, honestly. You know, I feel like that happened with Nibbles too, so I feel like there's a common theme here that when your pet is going to die, when they're dying, they're getting sick before, I feel like. That's my experience anyways. Hopefully they weren't actually sick, but they might have been, because I think Nibbles had hay her last few weeks. She had a lot of hay. You know, it's also hard for me to feed them hay. It's very selfish, and I completely agree with every one of those angry comments that I'm going to get about hay. I completely know. I understand they have to have it constantly. It's vital for their digestion and their nutrition requirements. But it's really hard. I'm very allergic to hay, and they're in my room, so you know, it gets really hard. And I've tried hay blocks and stuff, but they don't like it as much, so. And it's a lot more expensive too. but the hay's always really dusty, and my hand that I touch the hay with just explodes with hives, and I have to leave the room for 2 hours, take a couple Benadryl, and then I'm really sleepy because Benadryl makes you tired. I know that's a stupid reason, and it doesn't justify that at all. And I've fed her hay every day since, although I've given her orchard hay, and she doesn't seem to really like it, so I have to get her Timothy again. I'm gonna have to get a new guinea pig soon. And, I don't know, it's gonna be probably pretty hard. Because she can't be alone. She's only a year old. She has a lot of life left to live, hopefully, and she's gonna need a partner. She's gonna need someone to spend it with. Yes, okay. Well, I didn't cry, so I might make another video on this because this is kind of, I haven't really collected my thoughts exactly yet. So I might make another video more detailed about pet death. It'll be my third one, which